Alright, here we are. We are playing a actual deck that's gonna do the best of one treasure, treasure treasure clue token thing. So this is what I used to get the Chemist's Insight. People are asking me what I used because some people were having a hard time getting it, and I think it's gonna leave. I don't know what happens to this. I don't know if you can actually craft this. I don't know. I have no idea, but if you are still looking to get this and you watch this in time, this is what I used. I just changed Absorb to Chemist's Insight, not to promote the fact that I got it, but just I think it's better than Counter Spells in this format, especially without Nexus of Fate or anything crazy. There's not a lot of slow decks, and you'd rather draw cards, and the fact that this can be cast pretty quickly is nice. Now, I'm sure the meta has gotten way better since I won, but let's see how good we do still, because I got this immediately. I imagine people have figured out a far better strategy than this. And the Tezzeret could probably be something else, but let's roll. While I listen to Lady Smith Black Mambazo. This hand is decent. Treasure map's nice. It's got a sweeper card draw, yeah. This is actually a hand where I would prefer this to be Chemist's over at Absorb, so that's nice. Can we lead with a blue source? It's kind of sketchy shocking yourself, because I heard there's a lot of red, even though I didn't bump into a lot of red. Also, Treasure Map draws cards, so run Treasure Map, because you always have treasures for it. Oh hey, a Guild Gate. Whoa, okay. This is pretty cool. No reason to shock myself. No reason to play a untapped land. Let's pass. Let's hope there's no guild summit here. You got it with a custom masterminds running 21 lands. Oh yeah, I have a pretty hefty amount of lands, but I think that's fine. You got cards like Chemist's Insight does help with the lands, because you can just turn your lands into more cards. Okay, this is a 3/3 ramp. Sure. We have an answer to it. It's not very threatening, and Kai's Wrath looks like it's going to be very good here. Do we want this? It is a white source, but we have the treasure tokens. And I want to draw more action. I'm going to bottom that. Whoa, almost passed my turn. I can blow up one of their lands. I don't know if I have to do that, though. I think I'm going to play a tap land again. And another benefit is you can play a lot of shock lands, because you arguably get your untapped source every turn. I'm using these for a lot, like a slower strategy. This actually does look like a guild summit. Oh, look, it's a guild summit. I can't really... Oh, I can blow it up, because it's got a trigger, so I can blow it up in response to itself. But it's not super sketchy to just let it resolve. Like, I don't think I have to worry about them drawing cards. I think that's fine. Assassin's Trophy is probably just better off doing something else. I might even just snap it off here. Yeah, I like this, actually. Yeah, I actually don't want to give our opponent lands, but it's very unlikely they have a basic land, and I don't want to blow this up. I cannot believe they have a basic land, but alright. That's crazy. Let's try to flip this pretty quickly here. We get more mana by cracking this now than later. Another one? Sure. I'm going to assume they don't have a second basic land. They're a Guild Gate deck in a format where you get a treasure token every turn. Basic lands are not your friend. Actually, with that being said, I might have basics of my own, and I did not realize that was the case. So I should taste my own medicine. Another white source? Go away. Play this untapped? Nah, we can probably let it tap. And pass. Under no pressure. Looks like they have a growth spiral. That's fine. Don't really care. Don't really care. You know, they have all the cards in the universe. If I just kill their actual threats, I feel like I don't even have to worry about them drawing cards unless they surprise me with, like, Expansion Explosion or something. Which is possible. Alright, let's see if they have a second basic land. Okay, that's crazy. Wow. Alright, now we're drawing 2 cards a turn pretty much forever. Alright, that's actually pretty... Oh no, I tapped the wrong land. No! Oh well. I have a surplus of treasures. Let's cash this in. I mistapped. Oh no! Oh wait, we can actually cast Teferi, which is hilarious. I don't think I want to, though. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I really want to just keep doing this. This does untap lands, but I don't know. I think we can wait here. Looks like they don't use the treasure tokens as much as we do, which is a nice thing. Sure. Another thing to, like, blow up. Another Teferi? I think it's fine just putting that to the bottom. 6/6 short. I don't want to get rid of all our clue tokens. That's another reason to not go for Teferi. Minusing here is pretty bad. Unmoored Ego. Alright, so I can find out what's going on. Might name this. I don't know. I could name Expansion Explosion if I'm scared of it, but I don't think I really am. I don't even know what I am scared of. They can't run Nexus of Fate. I guess I will just name Hydroid Krasis. I don't see why not. And I don't think I'm going to be drawing a card here, so... Let's just name this. It's just annoying. They have Knight of Autumns, Gate Colossus, which you have Vraska's Contempt for. But that doesn't mean we have to use Contempt on that, which could be an argument to actually name it. I didn't think of that. So nothing too ridiculous, just Gate Colossi, some goats, and a couple Knight of Autumns. No Expansion Explosions or anything. Alright, pretty straightforward. No way to interact with the graveyard, so I didn't have to kill their Krasis before I did this. This is gone forever once I blow it up. And I will. I think we can just completely manhandle our opponent on a one-for-one basis here. Actually, I think it's even safe to go for Teferi now, because now I kind of figured out what's going on. No haste threat, no direct face burn, or anything like that. They do have an 8/8, but there's no Rhythm of the Wilds, so... My opponent might even deck out here. Teferi Ultimate actually does handle the Gate Colossi. Like, if they keep putting them back on top of their deck, I'm kind of fine with that. Okay. I imagine that's going to blow up the treasure map. Could make it a 4/3 though. No, they don't. Okay. Let's get our scry in. Nope. It's funny, we've kind of been looking for white mana, but we keep getting rid of it. I really want to see a ram here instead of a Gate Colossus this turn, but that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. So it looks like Teferi is going to be taking 2 damage here until we find Tezzeret to start making 1/1s, which cleanly block. Zero mana, 8/8. And another one, maybe? Looks like there might be another one. No? Yep. Okay, so now Teferi's under trouble. We didn't top the white source, and we don't have a... Well, the clue... I keep calling these clues. The treasure token is the first white source. I think I'm still gonna plus. I could minus on the Knight of Autumn, kill one of these. Doesn't really get me anywhere. Yeah, alright. Looks like we're going to lose to Fairy. The second Colossus is an issue.
Keep up the pace.
What I could do, actually, I got an idea. We're going to do this. Maybe they don't go all in towards Teferi, because they do have lethal in play. But then that means me not scooping would be kind of strange. I hope binning those, or getting rid of those white sources doesn't come to punish us. I keep using the clue tokens, I mean treasure tokens to draw cards. I should probably hold on to them so I can do something. They have lethal in play. They all at Teferi. Alright, so let's get rid of one of them. I mean, I'm doing this either way. They didn't fall for it. Okay. Now we probably actually just die. Wow, I should not be bottoming white sources. That's kind of really bad. I think I just killed myself. I need another Vrask attempt or a white source. Okay, well. Should not have been bending those white sources. Alright, well, we got there, I guess. And these won't come back. They'll come back with summoning sickness, so we can Kaya's Wrath again, which is really good. What is this, a growth spiral? I think that's the only thing they have at instant speed. We did look at their deck. Pretty sure that's all it is. Yep. It draws a bunch of cards because of these guild summits, which is funny. Put those back on top. Probably draw them, recast them. We get another Kaya's Wrath or whatever. Do the same thing again. This does not answer them forever, though. I should have unmoored egoed them. That was pretty bad. At least I don't have haste. Mm-hmm. Oh, they gotta be careful. They don't want to deck out. Because that's not a May clause. I think taking as many turns as possible to keep hitting me with these 8/8s is what they want to be doing. Okay, maybe not. They're really... This is another 4 cards? Or is this another 6 cards, isn't it? Yeah. Good God. Alright. So now we have to answer these Gate Colossus a lot less. Because they can't keep doing it. Oh my God. They gotta be really careful here. Alright, looks like they just ran out of lands. Because they want to keep putting these on top. Well, if they ran out of lands, that means they can't keep doing this. Which is funny. I don't see what they're trying to do here. Maybe they're just looking for a way to give these haste. I didn't see anything that was in their deck that did that, though. They're very adamant on drawing cards, though. Is this another guild summit? Knight of Auto. Okay. Maybe they were just digging for exact lethal? Because that's what this would do. I'm not sure. Let's hope they discard a bunch of cards, or lands, and the Circuitous route didn't find any the second go round, so maybe they're just totally out of them. Very strange. Well, has to happen. Do this. Play this tapped. I guess we're still in a bit of trouble, though. I mean, I imagine they have at least another... Every guild gate, they just put them right back on top. It's not like they run out of cards that way. Because they put these on top, then they draw them, so they're not decking out in that regard. Okay. We really need to draw something. Vraska technically saves us. Technically. Yeah, it's not good, but it does keep us alive. We can minus on a ram, take 16. There's no haste or burn in their deck. So we can kill the ram, take 16, and then we can hit them with a Thief of Sanity, milling 3 cards, maybe stealing something that saves us. Though I find that unlikely. Alright, well this has to happen, because it's got trample. Alternatively, I could just leave up a Chemist's Insight to draw something. Maybe better off doing that, I'm not sure. I think this is probably just better. Treasure map, thief, instead of drawing 2. I don't even know what I'm drawing into. Just more Kaya's Wrath. More spot removal as well. Okay, I think my cards are going to help me more than his cards with this thief that probably just gets hit by like a Gates Ablaze anyways. Yeah. But that does mean scrying is a little bit better than Chemist's Insight straight up. But I don't know. Let's just pass. This also means they can't play a land this turn. Oh, okay. Well, they can play that land. They also might just go towards Vraska because it's lethal next turn regardless. Like 8 to me, 8 to Vraska. Or just double Vraska because they're scared of what happened last time, which is a Vraska's Contempt. And it looks like that is the case. So they did not put in lethal. And I mean, if they don't present lethal, we get yet another turn. Alright, they did not put in lethal. Nice. There's the Unmoored Ego, but no Kaya's Wrath. Settle the Wreckage. Okay. Alright, so if we had photographic memory, I'd know what's exactly in their deck left, but I don't. They've only played 2 of these Gate Colossus, and I know there was... Actually, yeah, alright. I know there's more. I think I'm going to use both these treasures, so I don't want to get rid of them. Let's just do this. Name the other 2 Gate Colossus, and then settle the wreckage these 2. This also gives me complete information of what's left, the remaining 11 cards. They had 1, 2, they had 3, no, 4 more ways to get these Colossi back. Oh, they only had 3 Colossus in the deck. I gotcha. No, wait, we contempted 1, right? Alright, so their last 2 threats are in play, and they're all lands in Deafening Clarion, so this game is over. We can settle the wreckage, and they lose. GG whip whip. So it did get really sketchy there for a second, but I should have named this the first go round. But we still got there. They weren't doing anything crazy to capitalize on these like this creature thing, so that they really couldn't do much. All right, nice. turn 2 onward he goes pretty good. So that's why I'm running that one. Juice Lemon. Opponent's name is backwards. I'm triggered. Alright, turn 2 Thief is pretty good as well, especially on the play here. Not good against mono red, but I've yet to bump into that still. I love how these cast shadows, like you see the shadow on the card. It's so weird. Let's play Watery Grave. Oh, it's red. Great. I spoke too soon. Well, I guess I'm just gonna Vraska's Contempt that, so we don't just, like, lose out of nowhere. Could Assassin's Trophy it, but giving my opponent more mana seems a little foolish. We can pretty easily just run out our expensive stuff like that. This is my first encounter with mono red, I'm pretty sure, at least from what I remember. I'm gonna assume it's almost impossible to beat it, but we'll see. So what I'm told. Because it just, like, ramps and wins. What happened? Oh, there we go. Took him a second there. Light Up the Stage is the only card we really don't want to see ever. I could just run out Thief Assassins. They soak damage, and they could block this, which is nice. And I'd rather not shock myself, so I think I'm going to use the treasure token. Could shock myself. No, I can't. Okay. Where they use the tokens to do more damage to us, we use the tokens to gain life by not shocking. Opponent is gone. Ugh. Oh, they're back. Alright, so we can actually just double... no, we can't. We have an island. Can't double Assassin's Trophy. I don't want a Chemist's Insight here. Yeah, we're going to run this out. I really don't expect it to stick, but if it soaks like a Wizard's Lightning or a Shock or something, that's pretty good. If I don't draw a land next turn, I'm definitely going to snap off this Chemist's, because, well, actually, our hand is pretty cheap, and it's got a lot of pretty powerful interaction. Our opponent's past the point of needing more mana, so these are still pretty solid. The only problem is we can only cast one at a time. Oh, it actually soaks a Wizard's Lightning. Nice. I'm kind of surprised they didn't offer up the trade first. Oh, look, I light up the stage. Great. I guess it didn't do very well, but that's 2 lands they're not drawing. They played their land first, too. Alright. Do the same thing. A lightning strike, huh? It looks like that's what this is. No, maybe not. Chain Whirler? Double Chain Whirler? Come on. Really? Well, that's bad. Yeah, of course. Okay, well, double Assassin's Trophy, that's the name of the game. Oh, maybe Settle the Wreckage. That was a really good top deck. Also, Kyle's Wrath would have been good as well. Okay, I guess we're back in it. Obviously, our opponent does not need any more lands. Which is another reason Assassin's Trophy is pretty powerful, because people don't really need lands. Sure. We just don't want to see Banefire, I suppose. A risk factor? Okay, sure. That's not good. That's also not good. I guess I gotta keep this up to defend myself from a haste threat. Assassin's Trophy, I mean, instead of going for chemisters. We're not drawn very well here. Okay. I don't think I can go down to 3, actually. That seems bad. Tezzeret can make a token, leave up Assassin's Trophy still? That's probably pretty good. Also, Tezzeret, his 0 draws 2 cards, because you probably always have 3 artifacts, but not right now, obviously. Alright, run this out. It doesn't block very well, but it does mean I might be able to get away with not Assassin's Trophying. I think I'm going to have to let my opponent draw 3 cards. Actually, don't go for it. Maybe they really like the card in hand. I'm going to assume it's a 3-mana burn spell in that case. Yeah, it probably is, because they didn't do this last time. Alright, well, I think I'm better off actually surviving 3 cards than taking 4 and automatically dying to a 3-mana spell. Okay. Interesting. They actually let me block the Firebrand. I'm dead to a 3-mana burn spell right here. It looks like they don't snap it off. I'm dead to a lot of things, but... Okay. Frenzied Experiment. Experimental Frenzy. Yikes. At least we have Assassin's Trophy for it. Yeah, it's got all the mana in the world. Okay, they just don't go for the Experimental Frenzy. That's actually kind of interesting. Let's make a chump blocker and then blow this up when they go to play it. Do I have anything else to do? I can play this, right? I can't Chemisters and Assassin's Trophy, so... Yep, do this, and then pass. We do struggle in the life-gaining department. Like, it's Contempt, and I think that's, like, all I've got. Okay, well, I guess nothing matters anyways, because they probably have Lethal Burn, and of course they do. Great. Well, that was fun. What do I have for life gain? I haven't even checked. Like, nothing? Yeah, there's really no life gain in this deck. That is a bit of an issue. But it is what it is. It worked out pretty nicely. If you just don't bump into mono red, I guess. And I don't know how flooded this, thing is with it nowadays. Or today. It's only been here for 3 days. Back in my time, we didn't see any red with our treasure tokens. Sure, this is pretty good on the play. Let's see if we're up against the same nonsense. Something's telling me that we are. Oh, no, alright. Okay, let's draw a card. I'm gonna not really doing anything shocking myself, so let's just play Stab and Pass. Hopefully this is actually just Sultai. I think Sultai is pretty favorable. It looks like it is Sultai. I've not played against Sultai yet. At least not like the straightforward net deck one. This looks like it could be the net deck too. It doesn't really use the tokens that efficiently, so this works out nicely. Like, I guess instead of Llanowar Elves, they can play other things, which is nice, but I don't think that pushes this deck over the edge, because we're doing things like turn 3 Teferi. No green mana for a trophy, but the only thing that stops this is Vraska's Contempt. Oh, we can almost name it too, that's unfortunate. Might end up naming Hydroid Krasis, or Find Finality. Probably Find Finality. That's the one card I just don't want to see. Let's see if there's a turn 3 Vivian Read in response here. Which is pretty much a Teferi. It does like the same thing. Wow, there's actually just nothing. Alright. Maybe Contempt. They're waiting for me to tap out. No. Kind of want a second Teferi. Maybe it was wrong to bottom that. The fact that they had legit nothing, also didn't play the land we knew about, and played an untapped source is very strange. Could be some sort of counter magic. I find that unlikely. If that's the case, I can't do anything about it, and I'm still doing this regardless. Maybe they just didn't want to snap these off and wanted to play Hydroid Krasis instead with all this mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could be the case. Let's see. I'm probably going to name Hydroid Krasis. There's not much going on in the graveyard right now. Oh wow, it was a counterspell. Okay. That does make sense then. That makes sense. It was pretty telling by the way they played. Untap source. Do nothing. Can untap two lands with Teferi, so I suppose... Actually, do we have Kaya's Wrath? Yes, we do, don't we? Oh my god. Alright, this is sweet. It means we lose all our tokens, but that's kind of... I mean, that's what they're there for. Pay 2 life. Wow, we can actually do this. Okay. Keep Teferi around seems extremely important, especially how this isn't a straightforward Sultai deck now. They did fear that we would name the right card, so maybe it still does have Hydroid Krasis, if that's what they guessed right on what we would play. They yet again play a land we did not know about. Oh, here's a Find Finality. Oh, great. Might leave up Frilled Mystic, although pressuring Teferi probably makes more sense. Yeah, okay. They draw 2 lands. I mean, that's why I wanted to name Find Finality. We have 4 Unmoored Egos, so... There's another Teferi, that's good. Can be a little bit more lenient with our sweepers, but I don't know. Oh, guess I don't have to now. Let's run this out. Blocks the Jade Light Ranger. They could have spot removal, but it's only a 2-1 regardless, and spot removal on tokens is not where you want to be. We have Assassin's Trophy up as well, for maybe a Vivian Read or something. 5, 6, 7. They took a gander at their own graveyard, maybe another Find Finality. Which would make sense for the attack. They can pick both these back up, but not much I can do about that, and I'm not going to block. They have to be wary of counter spells, but I don't think they're good enough in this meta. In this format. Meta. In this meta. Oh, it is a Find Finality. Yep. They made it pretty obvious, but again, nothing we can do about it. Yep. Opponent's got all the value in the world, but we do have all the card draw in the world to retaliate. Thought Eraser. Interesting. Alright. Maybe I did want an Assassin's Trophy on end step there. Oh, I drew another one, though. I have no counter spells, so this will just happen. But our hand is still pretty decent. Do we make a token, or we play? I'm gonna make a token. I'll make a token. Something goes wrong. Maybe the chump block could do something, like save Teferi a lot of face damage. Let's run this out. Don't think I'm going to be sacrificing these. We are pretty light on, like... Well, actually, no, we're not, because we were light on white sources the other time. I was going to say we're light on green sources, but I think that's just per game basis. But that's the power of these treasure tokens. I think I can get away with untapping this to leave up a card draw. Though I don't think I will, because I might just Chemisters inside anyways, or just double trophy. Our hand is extremely redundant, so we happen to fade the strength of Thought Eraser. It does take a Teferi, so I imagine they're planning on killing this one. And now they know there's no counter spells. I'm going to chump block with the token. And then, Branchwalker, yeah. They still have Frilled Mystic, okay. They just scooped. I don't even think they looked at their card yet, and they scooped. Sure. So I'm gonna imagine they had no, like, Vraska's Contempts or anything in their deck. But it's still strange that they countered Unmordigo. I guess it was hiding information. And maybe, excuse me, maybe it was the information that they were hiding over the fact of me guessing something right. I was definitely going to name Hydroid Krasis there, even though I would have much preferred to name Find Finality, and they actually did cast 2 of them that game. Gabbed. This hand is pretty similar to the other games. We just have an early treasure map and an early Thief of Sanity, and hoping we're not against, I guess, mono red. So there's that. Play don't have to shock myself next turn. I don't... Oh, it depends what our opponent does. Very seldom do you not do anything on your first turn. Or so it is seemed to be the chaos. Oh, mono red. Alright, so probably going to run out Thief of Sanity next turn with the untapped source. Oh, this is the burn spell list. So Thief of Sanity is almost guaranteed not going to survive because there's just more spells than usual. Still going to run it out though. That's damage not going to face. And it could be a significant degree, especially if they keep ramping things like they do a spike shot thing. What's the 3-minute gut shot? Wait, no, what is it? Goblins, the 3-minute 2/2. Whenever you cast it as your sorcery, deal 2 damage. They might develop that this turn and not kill the thief. Nope. Don't have a Planeswalker next turn because I tried to run out a Thief of Sanity, even though I kind of figured it was going to die. That is unfortunate, but not much I can do about that. Let's scry here. Put this land away, play a tap land, probably this, so we get all our colors in play and pass. Probably playing Teferi next turn. I don't know. There's Gutter Snipe. Looks like they had it in hand, but chose to shock instead. So, great. I mean, we're pretty much just dead to like half their deck now. There's nothing I can do. I need Kaya's Wrath, and I need it like right now. Maybe I should scry for it. Because I mean, Settle the Wreckage doesn't really do it. Well, that was fun. Looks like we're just gonna die. Nope. And nope. I guess I'm Teferi minusing on the Gutter Snipe, so we don't die. Also potentially soaks another burn spell towards Teferi. Their deck doesn't do much without those 2 cards, and they just had one of each. Steamkin, sure. I'm sure that pretty much gives them infinite mana. Oh, another gutter snipe, yeah. Cool. I missed the upkeep scry. Whoops. Tezzeret does draw 2 cards here. Oh my god, we hit it. Okay. Wowzers. Wowza. Alright, we're back in it. We are back in it. Their next draw is just a gutter snipe as well. Okay. There goes Teferi. Probably. They could hold on to this and then kill Teferi later, but I think they're going to snap it off now. I would. That's not what that card is supposed to do. Doing this in response to Shock makes it look like I might have counter spells in my deck and I'm digging towards one. So, just do it there, because I don't think our opponent's going to be doing anything for the rest of that turn anyways. No, I would kind of prefer to actually draw cards off of Tezzeret instead of make tokens that don't really block or apply that much pressure. The Tezzeret ultimate also isn't really the best, so I wanted to draw cards. Drawing 3 cards a turn is pretty good. Pass. I'm gonna definitely cast Kaya's Wrath next turn, no matter what our opponent does. Which apparently is cycle a bunch of 2-mana, 1-mana, 2 damage spells. Draw a card, snap off a Kaya's Wrath, probably draw even more cards because I don't have a way to like win the game. Okay, that's actually a little bit better here, especially if our opponent found a way to like just kill us in hand and this 2 life ends up being relevant. So I'm gonna snap this off here. Whoops, that's the wrong spell. That was the wrong spell. God, I am not... Don't watch me play Magic. I'll just embarrass myself. Gonna play an untapped source to represent, or leave up Settle the Wreckage. I was gonna cast this anyways, but... Oof. Good thing I didn't, like, missequence the colors in my deck or something crazy. Looks like they don't have Burn in hand. Wow. Wow, okay. Well, that top deck Kaya's Wrath means we get to keep this league going. Okay, well, like I said, their deck also doesn't really do anything without those deal a damage every time you cast the spell cards. And once we answered them all, they just died. But we got really lucky. I guess they got really lucky too, because they had 2 in their opener and found a 3rd one. Alright, this hand is yet again a turn 1 treasure map. So I guess I'll keep it. It's been working out so far. Doesn't get much better than this. What is this? Esper creatures? No, it's just Esper. Oh, actually, it could still be Esper creatures. They might take the treasure map. I would take the treasure map. I think I would take the treasure map. Yeah, I'd take treasure map. I almost want to blow up their land, but I don't think that's getting anywhere. Do we have to leave up Assassin's Trophy? I don't think we're dying to damage, so I guess it's free. Thief of Sanity is probably a little too slow here because the opponent's going on 3 mana. Yeah, could blow up the no. I really do want to blow up a land. I really want to blow up a land. But might not actually cast. No, I'm gonna cast it. What am I talking about? The reason not to is to not lose to Teferi, but they actually have to use the clue token, the treasure token, to actually kill this. So there will not be a oh, never mind. There's things called 2-mana removal spells. So turn 3 Teferi. That's not turn 3 Teferi. Maybe they're getting rid of the Assassin's Trophy, so then they can turn 4 Teferi. They gotta get rid of the Tezzeret if they don't want me to cast the next turn, if they don't have a counter spell, so... Depending on what they take, we'll get a lot of information here. Or at least I would assume. It's gonna be one of these two. Taking this doesn't make much sense either. Alright, so they take Tezzeret, so probably don't have a Teferi, or just no answer to this if I go for it next turn. There's a Cry of Canarium. Remember, we have 4 Unmoored Egos, so we are in a pretty favorable position in that regard. 4 mana. I can safely play this tapped and pass. A Guild Gate. Interesting. Let's play the Chemisters they know about. Send a message. Are they going to counter this? Really? I'd be very surprised if they counter this. That would confuse me because of the Tezzeret. Like if I just next turn land Tezzeret or land Teferi or something. I don't know if they want that to happen. Wow. This kind of confuses me with the taking Tezzeret and not the Assassin's Trophy. Maybe they're more light than I thought when it comes to Planeswalkers or something. I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll find out pretty quickly. Nope, never mind. I was wrong. They know about the Assassin's Trophy, so maybe they had double counterspell in hand. And they did. Great. There's almost nothing I can do now. I need a top deck Teferi of my own or Vraska's Contempt. Unmoored Ego doesn't cut it. More Assassin's Trophies, I guess, do. I have a fair amount of outs, I suppose. Opponent's remaining cards were absolutely insane. Yep. That's not an answer. Oh, really? Come on. Okay, well, I guess we just lose.
Hold that thought.
Third discard spell. Third Thought Eraser in the top 15. Gets rid of a dead card on top. Well, that was an insanely good top deck. Sure. Please don't have another counter spell. Oh my god. Okay.
Keep up the pace.
I need to draw cards. Vraska does not stop Teferi. Also, it's not even very good because the tokens die and then Teferi just ultimates and we lose. Or we can just literally keep drawing nothing. Well, this is kind of a lame way to end it. A Dawn of Hope, sure. Akaya, okay.
Dispelling phantasms makes me feel good.
None of this really matters if I don't top deck an answer to Teferi anyways. Opponent, it really doesn't matter. Just pick 2 cards. I can't recur any of these. Maybe they can worry about Fine Finality or Mission Briefing. I don't know. They take a creature so they can draw a card with the Dawn of Hope. And we draw... nothing that answers to Fairy. That resolved. My opponent has no way to draw more than 1 card a turn. Maybe these treasure tokens can do something. Especially if I name the rest of the Teferis and they have no actual win condition. Which is asking for a lot. But that's what we gotta do, I guess. So we name Teferi. They cannot ultimate this. I mean, they can just wait a turn. All this really does is just make it so they have to do it another turn later. And also none of this matters if they have another win condition anyways, so let's find out. Teferi, 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 there's a Karns. Okay. So there goes Teferis. I imagine they're still gonna they had a counterspell right on the top too. Probably still gonna ultimate it. Could wait a turn, so they could tuck this one if it goes to decking. I find that unlikely though. This does mean if we answer Kaya and Karn, we win the game, because those are their last 2 win conditions. No, they actually don't go for it, so I was right. So that Unward Ego actually did kind of, sort of, maybe do something. And the ultimate isn't the best, especially when there's treasure tokens. Like, and they're not drawing more than 1 card a turn, you'll always get your, you'll stay kind of mana neutral. Okay. Kaya's minus cleanly answers the tokens that Vraska makes anyways, so... So I guess I gave myself another draw, and it didn't get there. So now they can ultimate Teferi, and then start plussing it. Then they start exiling 2 things a turn, and I think I'm dead from there, because with Teferi in play after an emblem, that's over. I guess I could still find a way to kill it.
I don't do this lightly.
Maybe. I guess I have yet another draw.
Sometimes burying them just isn't good enough.
Okay, I found it, and a little too late. If they have a counterspell, I think this is over. I have to answer Teferi, though. I can't really go after Kaya. If this gets countered, I think we're dead. Alright, it does not. So they are actually going to be exiling 1 thing a turn, and it might just be our tokens, creature tokens. Or, I mean, Vraska. Exile Vraska. So we can't really present a win condition. We just have to, like, somehow finagle a way to kill Kaya and Karn, and then we win. So I guess I'll stick around. And then Kaya can minus a token, and then from there I have no permanents in play. I'll never have another creature. I'll never have another planeswalker. I just need a bunch of Assassin's Trophies and a bunch of Vraska's Contempts, and I need them soon. I need them sooner. I need them now. Assassin's Trophy. Alright. Well, on the bright side, we'll never run out of mana, so the Teferi Ultimate doesn't stop us from doing that. The Teferi Ultimate does, however, make it so Kaya's Ultimate kills us extremely quickly. I think just 2 Kaya's ultimates will do it at this point because of the exiling. Unless they go for our treasure tokens, which don't get actually exiled. It doesn't really matter because I have all the colors I need from the treasure tokens, so... Ascata means it's going to be very difficult to resolve anything, all my answers to their stuff, but it is possible. I've never been a fan of Kaya. Like, it'll kill you, but it's just so damn slow. But with the Teferi ultimate, it does kill me in 2 ultimates instead of just 1. There's the first counterspell, so our first attempt at answering something will not work, which doesn't very surprise me. Well, that's not what that is. They're going after our green mana, but we have 6 green lands. Oh, 7. Using the treasure tokens is unfortunate, though, because they don't really come back. If they find a Chemister's Insight, I think we're totally screwed, because that's too many card draw, exile effects, triggers. Mortify doesn't really play here. I could still just play Teferi and minus, but that all it does is really buy me time. It doesn't really. I might even just Teferi and plus. They could just not even counter Teferi. Another Vraska? Another thing they don't really have to care about, so they might even just let this resolve. They can just exile it. If they actually put a counterspell on it, that I would consider that a win. Damn. They see past it. They wholeheartedly agree that this is not threatening. I guess getting anything out of their hand is good for us. Even that. Even though... Do we have bindings? I don't think we have Ixalan's bindings, so the Mortify wasn't doing anything else but that anyways. I guess I have Thief of Sanity, but I don't think I'm going wide. Alright. I guess that means less answers for proceeding to Fairy of our own. Oh wow, Kaya actually kills us in 1 ultimate. We're dead next turn, we have to do something. Because we'll go up to 17 cards in exile, then the -5 kills us. So, can we draw anything at all that stops this? I mean, we know about 1 counterspell already. I don't think so. For some reason I thought we had two ultimates to fight through, but it looks like the first one's going to do it. And there's their 4th discard spell. Alright. That's unfortunate. We did have a slight minor chance to win. Without this Kaya, we were actually not in a bad spot, even in the face of the Teferi ultimate. Because they had no more Teferis, and we're winning in the decking race. It was just that 1 Kaya and the 1 Karn. Kind of surprised to see this get countered. I kind of imagine that means there's a counter spell on the other half of this. And that's game. 4th Absorb. Yep. Rip. 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 What's up? Siegfried. Oh, I'm sorry. Sigfro. Sigfro, thanks for the resub, man. Appreciate it. Alright, we got another skewer. That's unfortunate. But, last time I did this, I did it like 3 times too, and I went all the way. Just, I thought the format was pretty fun, so I kept going. Maybe this could be Absorb, but Maybe actually that change is what screwed us over, but I don't think so. There's a lot of answers to things that resolve in this deck, like so many Assassin's Trophies, Vraska's Contempts, Sweepers, Teferi minus Vraska. The whole deck just answers things and then like pumps out tokens to win. Maybe these still could be absorbed. I was just finding spots where I was running out of cards and I couldn't like win. That was the only time. Like if I ran out of cards, treasure map wasn't good enough sometimes, and I wanted more card draw. And the counter spells were a little weird, especially when your opponent's on the play and they can play a 2-drop turn 1, and then you just you play a land, get your treasure token pass. They have 4 mana, or well 3 mana if they played a 2-drop on turn 1, and then they just mess you up because they never really get to use the counter spells in any reasonable amount of time. Can't counter a 2-drop or a 3-drop with a 3-mana counter spell if you're on the draw. And that was happening too often. So, yeah, well, it was cool. Maybe I'll give it another whirl. I mean, today's the last day it's here. Take what you can from this. Learn. Wasn't really color screwed. It was just barely not color screwed thanks to the treasure tokens, which is another benefit of the that. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.